the groove and get back to his top form. And I think we saw that, even though he was playing out of position, I think we saw that in the Euros to an extent as well. He wasn't the Kieran Trippier that we knew probably 12 months ago. But if he was to stay, I would like to see him have, get fit, get past his injuries, get a run in the team, and see if he is still at that level that he was. Because with age does come a natural drop off, which is just part of a footballer's career. But if we did get rid of him out, he would go with that eternal thanks. But I think we've got a ready-made replacement for the next 10 years in Tino Livramento.
Would you go along with that, Ollie, that if you are going to sell Kieran Trippier, now's probably the last opportunity to get real money for him?
To be fair, he's a very bankable player at the minute, because he's an England player. I don't think he will be in 2 years. So yes, if you want to let him go, do it now. But at the same time, you're trying to develop a team. Livramento, didn't invent himself. He's watching Trippier. He's been watching him over the last year, and taking inspiration from what he does, and you want to recreate and do better, even better. And I think that if he goes too early, Livramento will have to leave by himself. I'm sure he can. And I'm sure he's ready. He showed that he could fill his boots more than once last year. So I wouldn't have an issue with that. But Trippier is very important for the dressing room. So yes, if he has to go, let him go now rather than in the summer, next summer. But at the same time, you need those boys in the dressing room, regardless of how well they do it on the pitch. In the dressing room, they hold the team together, and I think he's one of them players.
And we've seen Eddie Howe do that, Andrew. Keep a hold of. I mean, Matt Ritchie's the obvious example.
Yeah.
He knew himself he wasn't going to play a huge part on the pitch, but he's someone a bit like Paul Dummett as well, who Eddie Howe basically insisted wasn't going to go anywhere. They could have let him go. Someone would have picked him up. They could have released him from his contract, whatever. But he wanted him to stay because of the importance in the dressing room. So he will want to keep Kieran Trippier too.